All right, alive, ho. For what's it, Thursday night? Oh man, I'm rapidly losing my ability to tell what day of the week it is. I really had a vibe it was Friday today. Anyway, hello Justin, by the way. In first this evening. So I think I will do my usual thing, and as a warm-up, make a cocktail. Okay. Yes, 2 more days to the election. Looking forward to it. Some dread and trepidation that a bad outcome will happen. Hoping for a good outcome, though. Okay, I'm going to make an archdeacon. Gotta make a good decision with the roads. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm quickly going to look up what Le Difford's guide says to do with this one. Was it the Archdeacon? Ooh, it's on ice. Nice. Okay, well, that's a nice way to start the night. Jamaican style overproof, Jamaican aged blended rum with funk. Hey Pat, how you doing? Don't tell your dad, but I'm going to make a cocktail. I know he thinks I drink too much. Okay, let's get organized. Go. Okay, I have to decide which rums I'm going to use. Obviously, I'm using Smith & Cross. Blended rum with funk. What suits that description? Briggs, Jimmy, Mexican, in a circle. How funky is Jimmy rum? It's pretty funky. That's pretty funky. I'm suggesting the Keys guy predict US selection said on his live stream. Acknowledging he completely fucked up the American election too. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that's a funky rum. Montenegro and Havana. Okay. All right, let me get a bit of orange. See if I can peel orange properly today. It's amazing how bad I am at some fundamental things. Peeling garnishes. Stirring cocktails with a spoon. Wait a sec. I do want to trim this. Okay, let me Trimming in the sheaves. All right, let's do that. Raise. No need to make Pauline Hanson the male Pauline Hanson look like. Oh dear. Pat, I'm fine. Glad to hear you're good, mate. That's always good. Birds. So do one more check of my reference source. Tiki bitters. Nice. Okay. Tried to get some day shifts to get some sunlight. Got told not a chance. Damn. Yeah. If they fuck with you, fuck them back, man. Hello, Madam Butterfly. All right. I'm quickly. Oh, that would be the standard youth. It surprises me every Thursday. Oh, what was that text message? It's always you foods. Okay. Just need to get it so it doesn't ding a second time. Okay. Right. Okay, I need to get a few things ready first. GoPro goes here. Initially, our ring light goes here. And we get our camera tripod. Right. Time to get it up. All right, let's settle this down. All right, that's all good. That's a good in the hood. Have to torch this ice to get rid of the frost. Let's do it. Burn the ice. I was being a bit cavalier with where my fingers were as I was spraying that blowtorch around. Fortunately, I didn't pay the price for it. Okay. Hoolally, what a day. Yeah, I think I got everything ready. All right, let's do it. Dash of tiki bitters. Where's my tiki bitters? Tiki bitters. All right, well, I suppose we should also take the lids off these things so I'm ready to rock and roll. All right. 1 ounce of rum. Okay. Okay. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. And lights, camera, action. First rum. Second, oh man, this does have that funkiness. 3/4 of an ounce of Verna. Okay, those fucked batteries are fucking with me. That's okay. I'll change over to the good battery, which I probably should have done anyway. Okay. At least it didn't fuck up at a critical moment. Get rid of the shit battery. Plug in a good battery, which is courtesy of Home for the Elderly. Which, thank you again. Oh man, this rum funk in this room at the moment. My God. Just leaving those potent rums open. Let's keep going with the ingredients. Okay, we have the Montenegro Black Monty. The bitters. All right, that's the drink made. That we add some ice. And we start the camera. Stir, stir, stir. Got stuck for a second there. Stumbling on the old stirring on ice thing. My nemesis. That tastes pretty funky. Just make sure that's in a good spot. Here it is. Ooh, that lovely amber rum color. We go the splits. All right, cocktail made. Is that done there? Gotta take a picture for the thumbnail. Okay, put the lids back on everything. Because I'm paranoid I'll knock them over. I've done it before. Okay, let's take the thumbnail photo. I just want to see the orange side, not the pith side. Is that too hard? There we go. Photographed. for posterity. So now we do this. We turn the devices on. Okay. All right, that's good enough. We're ready to go. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail is called an Archdeacon. Is it an Archdeacon? It is. God damn it. Second guessing myself. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is called an Archdeacon. It's in like rum Manhattan territory, but it is served on ice rather than up. It's got a split rum base, and rather than sweet vermouth, it has a split of Amari, 2 different Amari. So it's a black rum Manhattan. It's gone by the name of Archdeacon. I love the beautiful amber color, and also pointing out, showing off the sexy clear ice quite nicely. Let's give it a little taste test. Oh, ooh, this is a serious sit-down drink. This is not a drink to be taken lightly. This is not a frivolous drink. This is a serious drink with some bold flavors. I'll take you through the ingredients. As I said, it has a split rum base. The recipe I saw called for an overproof pot still Jamaican rum, which I just went, whoa, Smith and Cross, here we come. And then it said to do a blended rum that's got a bit of funk. They were saying Jamaican rums, but I'm just going with one that's got funk. This is actually a local one from a local distiller, Jimmy Rum. They call it rum because it's the first rum they made that actually met the technical definition of rum. They were making various cane spirits, so they give them different names, and it kind of cheekily called their distillery Jimmy Rum. So even when the drinks weren't actually rum, it said rum on the bottle. Kind of cheeky, but kind of fun that they call this one rum. The modifiers also split between Averna Amaro and Amaro Montenegro. You could, of course, go with Amari that you like. Something I always recommend. Don't be a slave to recipes. Make the cocktail based on what you have and what you like. There's also tiki bitters in this. So it really does have some of those tropical flavors, the really funky rums, the tiki bitters. But then when you bring the Amaro in, it sort of drags it back to Europe. And I feel like this is the sort of drink you want to be sitting in a really overstuffed leather armchair, maybe by an open fire. It's just getting into cold weather where I am as I make this. Seems like a perfect late night winter drink. I'll show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of your overproof rum, and then 1 ounce or 30 mils of the blended rum that should be a bit funky, and then 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of Amaro Averna, and 1/4 of an ounce or 7.5 mils of Amaro Montenegro, rounding things out with 1 dash of tiki bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And I'm straining that into a chilled rocks glass with a big chunk of sexy clear ice in there. And with our orange peel garnish, And with our orange peel garnish, we want to first express the oils across the top, wipe it around the glass, and then drop the twist of orange peel on top. Don't underestimate the effect of that orange oil as well. Just getting that little spritz across the top brings that aroma up, and it blends with the funky rum when you bring it up to your mouth. It doesn't last that long, and the rum does tend to overpower it, quite honestly, but I mean that in a good way. Oh, this is such a rich cocktail. I feel like the reason for putting this over ice is it's going to develop over the course of drinking it. It will dilute a little as the ice melts. Another hot tip for the sexy clear ice, besides looking good, it melts more slowly than regular ice. So the drink won't get as diluted, but its character will change at least subtly, as you work your way through it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Work my way through it. I hope you're looking after yourself wherever you are, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this, and I hope to see you again. Until I do, I will say cheers. Wow, I was fucking rambling at the end there. That's okay. Let's sit down and chat with you fine people. And maybe not so fine people. I don't know. There might be someone who's not fine here. I haven't looked to see who's here. Anything could have happened while I was making that video. Clive Palmer and the Trumpet of Patriots could have entered the chat for all I know. All right. Let's sit down, laddie. Okay, what do we got? So you're talking about things. Oh, that's what you're talking about, watching Seinfeld. Not a single Sophie. Yeah, it predates all of that, definitely. Oh, yeah, and there's that whole episode of Ringing Up the Movie line. Okay, see, you just think there's no politics in it because you're not weird about politics, but they would occasionally, if you were really sensitive, like Elaine was really pro-abortion rights, for example. Yes. Oh, yes, you called it when Kramer took over the cinema phone. Why don't you tell me what movie you'd like to see? That was really of its time because you don't get those voiceovers anymore. Oh, Kramer just had the wildest storylines. Going to the beach, creating a colonial beach that gets stolen. C was angry that day, my friends, like an old man trying to send back super to Delhi. I got about 50 feet out. Suddenly, great beast appeared before me. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. We're favorite Seinfeld episodes now. Baby. The baby episode. Oh, yeah. Curb Your Enthusiasm, where Larry David just got to do whatever he wanted after playing second fiddle on Seinfeld for years, even though he was arguably the main writer. That didn't work. Come on. That's a bit better. Speared that one right through the middle. Pour that in there. Kramer knew can collecting is most important mask of all time. Okay, is my favorite thing when it got really meta, because like most of the characters are inspired by people that Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David knew. Like George Costanza is loosely Larry David. Elaine and Kramer are both inspired by people he knew. And in fact, the real life Kramer, his name was Kramer. It was Kenny Kramer. And at one point, Kenny Kramer, I don't know, because he was kind of like Kramer, didn't have much going on. He felt like he was owed something because of the success of the show and something based on him on it. So he started real Seinfeld tours in New York, where he'd do bus tours and he'd be there with a microphone and he'd be pointing at real venues like, that's the diner that inspired the diner where everything is. That's where the soup Nazi is down there. And Jerry Seinfeld kind of thought he was being a bit of a... I think Larry David did too. So in Seinfeld, there was that guy, that weird guy. He ran the clothing business. Elaine worked for him for a while. And he was sort of Silver Fox, and he talked like this. And he wanted to be more interesting, and he thought Kramer had just the most amazing stories. And so he paid Kramer for the rights to use Kramer's stories and claim they were things that happened to him. And Kramer thought, yeah, because that's him, Peterson. Because Kramer didn't think it was worth much, but then Peterson got really popular telling these stories, and Kramer was feeling alienated. So he was starting real Peterson tours, where he was doing tours saying all those Peterson stories are actually my story. That's where it happened. That's where it happened. So it's just this meta joke about Kenny Kramer being weird about the Kramer, or not necessarily being weird. I don't think it's weird to have feelings about the fact someone based this character on you that's then all over TV. J.J. Peterson. Man swans Elaine put in rehab because she ate poppy seeds. That also, true story. Eating a poppy seed muffin will make you test positive for drugs. There's one of those, is this true or not urban legend shows. They tested it. Like the guy, I think it was actually James, what's his name, from that car show, which I never watched and I can't remember the name of. But yeah, he got his local vicar to eat a poppy seed muffin and then do a drug test. And he tested positive for heroin because it's poppy. Justin, what did you put in the Discord? I actually have to open the Discord. You'd reckon I'd just have it open, wouldn't you? Okay. Saying Dutton went to Kooyong but wouldn't talk to the media. Okay. He's just a dick. I think he feels like he's going to lose. Yes, tick yes for poppy seeds. Yes. Oh, see, it's not called it. Yeah. It's not James May. James May's the older guy. Who was the younger guy on Top Gear? See, I never fucking watched it. Yeah, it's like over the weeks, the penny slowly dropped with Dutton that people don't like him. Richard Hammond. That's it, wasn't it? Richard Hammond. Yes, Ray's nose. See, I never watched the fucking thing. I can't remember. What do you like about... Oh, you just like how awkward everyone looks in it? They do look very awkward. Hammond's your hero because he can't drive to save his life. Well, he legit nearly killed himself once, didn't he? Like got a spinal injury from crashing. So even though I don't watch it, I'm vaguely aware of the lore around it. Okay. He crashed a couple of times. All right. Oh, damn. The things we do for TV, eh? Once. Maybe 15 times. See, I don't watch it. So in almost every major special, he crashes. But wasn't... Okay. I just kind of feel like I remember seeing reports. There was one that was worse than average. But also with a great big asterisk, I don't know shit about that show. So maybe they were all serious. Oh, dear. It's a funny old world. Okay, so you reckon he had 2 big crashes? A phrase in hysterics for your favorite show. He almost died in all of them. Oh, guess. Oh, you reckon there were three major ones? Okay. Well, there were obviously several major ones. Okay. Guess what I discovered today? As I said in the title, I'm going to be doing whiskey tasting. So, Justin, sign saying Monique Ryan, don't take this sign. And it's against council rules, so the council took them. Oh. Well, wasn't that her rather foolish husband who took them down? He thought they put them in an illegal area. He crashed in a military-based tunnel. Holy shit. Are you looking it up? 2006, Hammond crashed. That's right, the dragster. That was the serious one, wasn't it? The dragster was the super serious one. 11 years later, 2017, crashed to remake concept one at Hill Climb, rolling the car several times. But yeah, that the dragster one was the one that serial nearly killed him. Like, obviously, all car crashes are dangerous. Anyway, so Australian whiskey. This one, Black Flank, Australian whiskey. It's actually made not far from me. Where is it? It's in oh god, fucking low contrast text. My fucking old eyes need more light. Future proof distilling. That's it, Glen Iris. Not that far. I might actually look up how far away they are. Anyway, I'd seen this in the Woolies bottle shop a couple of times. It's a single malt, so it's, they're going. It's a little bit sophisticated, and it was always $100. And I thought, I don't want to pay $100 for a whiskey I don't know anything about. And all the bottle shops periodically mark stuff down. Well, yeah, they all have specials, but they'll sometimes go through these things where it's like they're literally discontinuing that line. They won't be selling it. So whatever they've got left, they sell for anywhere from a third to a half off. And I always check those things out. And I was in a Woolies bottle shop today, BWS, and they had some, I think it was a Scotch and a Japanese whiskey that were like marked way down. I was thinking, but this was there and it was marked down to $80. And I'd always been intrigued by it. And, the guy says, oh, can I help you? And I said, I'm just looking at the specials. And he goes, oh, did anything in particular catch your eye? And I said, I'm thinking of that one. I've always had my eye on it. It's the first time I've seen it marked down. And he's gone, oh, maybe I can do a bit more for you. This is the thing I just discovered today. At least some guys in the Woolies fucking place will sell it to you even cheaper. He looked it up and goes, oh, it's not discontinued, so I can't do a huge thing. But he took another $10 off it. I didn't even ask. He just out of the blue went, oh, I can take some more off for you. And now I fucking need to stop buying booze. But now I'm tempted because the Scotch and Japanese whiskey both had pretty big markdowns on. And if he thinks $10 off is not much, how much is he going to knock off those ones? My God. I'm torn between I'm probably going to get that for a really good price and I need to stop buying booze. It's like I'm more addicted to buying it than I am to drinking it because the collection just keeps getting bigger. What is Nintendo Lunchbox in the Mojave Desert. What's happening out there? Is that a nervous habit, Justin? Does your foot move a lot? You wore out your car carpet? Yeah, better interior than exterior, right? You need to drop your entire back end, replace a ton of shit. Jesus Christ. See, I just drive my car. I don't know. I'm probably overdue for new tires, actually. Oh, God. Are you serious? Are you really doing LEDs on the interior? I love it. All right. Okay. Is that real? See, that's how bad my geography knowledge is. I knew Vegas was in the desert, obviously. I didn't know it was the Mojave Desert. So there you go. I don't know shit. So I'm going to taste this because I've always been kind of intrigued because it seems to be from a proper distillery and I got it cheap. Bright pink LEDs. Hell fucking yeah. Boganify the car. Now, the other whiskies. Oh, also, I think I talked about last week. I was getting a new barrel because it was on special. And I got 2 bottles of moonshine, new make spirit, which are going to go in the barrel and then they won't be moonshine anymore. But, so corn spirit, 43% ABV. So this is kind of the sort of spirit that becomes bourbon. But then I got peated single malt, 62% ABV. The barrel, they say it's a 1 litre barrel, but it actually holds about 1.2 litres. And these are 700 mils each. So there'll be a bit left over if I put, because I'm going to do a blend. I could do them individually, like just age the corn spirit, then age the peat. But I think I'll blend them, not least because that peated one, 62% is pretty high. So if I blend the peated one with the corn spirit, I'll get a blended whiskey that's about 50% ABV. Oh, you saw Electric State last night, Mickey 17. Okay, that's fair. 3 out of 5 for each. Look, Electric State, I started watching and I just went, I was thinking like the whole tone and the act. Oh, this is a fucking kids movie. And I've got nothing against kids movies, but I wasn't in the mood for a kids movie. So I turned it off after 10 minutes. You went over there rolling with pink LED lights, talking movies, playing random. Hell yes. That's a time right there. Nintendo Lunchbox. Mad at Jim Gaffigan. Bought his first and only run of bourbon. Then he'd made more, even though he said, yeah, he was successful. That was the whole thing. Oh, what? What were we calling it about? Electric State? That's very Russo. Yeah. I literally it was a vibing kids movie to me. Yes, you should get a sturdy mat for your car. Anyway, so besides getting the barrel and the new make spirit that I'm going to age, technically not whiskey, even though 4 to 6 months in the little barrel is like 3 or 4 years in a big barrel. There you go. There's the hot tip. Get a rubber one, something hard wearing. But they also had random whiskey tasting set that was also marked down. So I just got a little tastes. And they promised to not double up, but they did. But I'm not going to hold that against them. So I've got batch 37 dark ale malt from the Loch Distillery, LOCH. That's a Victorian whiskey. So I feel like that means it was aged in a barrel that had previously been used to age a dark ale. Then a South Australian whiskey, Hills Cask from 5 Nines Distilling. And a Tasmanian whiskey, Hellier's Road Double Cask. So I'm actually quite looking forward to taste testing these. Same deal. You've got this tiny, tiny font on there. So, dark ale malt, 42%. Hellier's Road, 46%. Hills Cask, 45%. And the black flank is 42%. All right. Good. So, Electric State was the Russo brothers. Oozes them. Got a blank check to make what they wanted. Definitely hold it against them. Sorry, looking online. Sorry, what in particular is fucking bullshit? There's such a delay when comments come up. Hey, Celtic, how's it going? Is it getting 2 of the same when they promised they wouldn't do that? mean, I could hassle them, but I can't be bothered. Thank you, Celtic. This is another one of my sort of tiki-ish shirts. You want custom plates? Say, fuck. Jesus. I don't think they'll let you have that. Yeah. I'm just not holding it against them. It's fine. Yeah, it's only 120 mils all up. Celtic, no. See, I didn't go into the office on Tuesday, and I was super busy on Monday. So maybe this coming week I'll go in on Monday and Tuesday, and I might get them then. You at least say it politely. Yeah, I'm not a rock the boat guy, but it's also I'm not making a big scene because it was really marked down as well. And it would cost them more money than the whiskey's worth to send me another one. Should see the custom plates in Canberra. Seen ones. Oh, I've seen some historic ones in Victoria that only have 1 or 2 digits. Man, they were really expensive to buy. In fact, I think when Vic Road said they were releasing them, they were meant to imitate the first ever license plates that were released in Victoria. And they were numbered. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, etc. And I think they had them up for auction, and people were bidding a fuck ton for them. I'm going to check my other random selections. Oh, God, you have a double up too. God damn it. That's frustrating. You got more religious cards to send me. I'll put them on payphones and ATMs and you take them. So I get them. It's very thoughtful of you. Now, I'm just thinking, I was going to be studious and make a short cocktail video as well. Yeah, I think you're right. I reckon 60s is when bumper stickers took off with the hippies. Definitely. Right, the Milady. Yeah. The fact that that's happened twice, and you kind of got that on my recommendation. Hey, Aaron, how you going? Just chilling out here and drinking some booze. And I'm just literally deciding, will I make another recipe? Okay. I had one lined up. It'd be a quick sort of daiquiri variation. The Golden Glove. I could make that really quickly. See, was that a Difford's one? Golden. Gee. A Golden Glove. Jamaican aged blended rum. Triple sec. Sugar syrup. Lime juice. Okay. Clearly there are some competing recipes for this. I'm going to go Golden Glove. Like, how could I write this down so wrong? Golden Glove cocktail. Okay, liquor.com has it. Cointreau has it. Okay, how does Cointreau say to make it? Oh, I need to put my age in. Okay, so it's the ingredients. Cointreau, rum, lemon juice. How did I get this wrong? Oh, okay. It's the liquor.com recipe that I'm following. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with it. I am fine with it. How much does he say? 5 mils triple sec, 10 mils sugar syrup. You know what? I'm going to do 1/4 of an ounce of each. Fuck it. Pure anarchy. Aaron, not bad, not good. Character the other day, you written off. Damn. Well, at least you're okay. Car, not so much. Well, that's not acceptable. I'm not even saying that as a joke, like to cover myself and whatnot. I think anyone who'd do that is a fucking idiot. So a VD yelling at traffic. Yep. Boy definitely needs a welfare check. Got to go to Ellenbrook and then the gym. Put on the muscle. Got a job interview? Hell yeah, dude. Fucking knock it out of the park, bro. Yeah, definitely got to find the positives. I mean, I get feeling shite if the ute took a beating, but at least, you're still cooking around, so that's good. I'm really quickly going to make this other cocktail, actually. Just a short one. Little daiquiri variation. All right, let's go and set up. Okie dokie do. All right, first, I should have. Oh, when I sit down, I should tell you about the cocktail subscription. Hang on. But I will do this quickly. Putting away the rums. Getting out another rum. I think I might have one that's almost empty. Ooh, he's disappeared into the forbidden cupboard of mystery. Orange liqueur. Okay, let's talk white rum. What white rums do I have? I feel like I have 2 from. Oh no, I turned one into spiced rum. That's right. So, white rum from Bricks. Cane spirit. Orange liqueur, using my homemade blood orange liqueur. That, putting this away. So sugar syrup, rum. Do a bit of a heavy pour on the white rum because I'm a madman. Can't be stopped. All right. Oh yeah. My glass, I'm going to serve it in. Hey, look, I'm going to do the professional thing. I'm going to put ice in my glass and chill it because I'm a goddamn professional. To hell with anyone who says different. Okay, I reckon. Wait, what's the APV on this? 40%, yeah, okay. Okay. Bringing the camera back out. Okay. And the ring light. Yeah, the prep is probably going to take longer than making. Ideally, the prep takes longer than making the video. Don't want to take long doing this. Okay. Let's just fucking go. Okay. Rum. Sugar syrup. Quattro. Oh. And lime juice. All right. That's all done. All right. Put that there. It's a bit good. And we've got this one ready. Okay. Let's go. Shake our little booties right down to the ground. For a second, I didn't know where my strainer was. And I thought it wasn't here. And I had handled it like 5 seconds earlier. But I'm so easily distracted. Alright, that's done. Alright, now this is a short, so theoretically, if I don't fuck up the talking, I'll get this done in 2 minutes. Let's see how that goes. All right, that'll do. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a daiquiri variation called a Golden Gloves. I think it might have been created by the Cointreau people because most of the recipes I saw online specified Cointreau in there. The fucking ice just made that noise. Fuck it. Shit. Hate that. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a daiquiri variation called a Golden Gloves. I think it might have been made by or for Cointreau because all of the recipes I saw online said to use Cointreau. It's a relatively minor variation from a regular daiquiri in that the sweetener is split between sugar syrup and orange liqueur. I'm actually using my homemade blood orange liqueur, still going strong, and I'm quite interested to see, is it actually a noticeable difference? Honestly, small difference. I think maybe the Cointreau is taking the edge off the lime juice a little, but hey, it's a daiquiri variation, so it's good. I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of white rum, then around 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of sugar syrup, 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of orange liqueur, and finally 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of lime juice. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and I'm straining that into a chilled Nicanora glass. I used a kind of fruity sugar syrup as well to really bring out that little difference, the fruitiness that the orange liqueur brings to it. And it is subtly different to a regular daiquiri, and it's not going to change your world, I don't think, but it's a nice variation. It's very bright, very fresh, just like a daiquiri. So maybe you want to try a golden gloves. Cheers. And we're done. Not gonna make any more videos. Just gonna talk and drink. 'Cause that's what I do. I talk and I drink. I'm gonna put that in that glass. I've got some of the funky rum left over in it. All right, let's switch a few things off. This rather too bright light. We want our soft, gentle mood lighting. Okay, let's fucking go. Whew. Okay. Jukebox channel. Oh, it is fun. Everyone just chucking music in there. I do love the jukebox channel. So it's wrong when you represent a party wants to induce depression, abuse. Yeah, they're just a shit political party. They're not inherently evil. And I just think spitting on someone, no, fuck that. There's no defense. And that is definitely more orangey than an average daiquiri. But we're all good in the hood. It's like, do I want to get... I just have chatty meetings tomorrow. I have meetings. I have several meetings. But they're mostly just chatty meetings. Today was kind of heavy, although it worked in my favor. It's like I had this session that was slated to go for 4 hours, and it only went for 3 hours. Then after that, I had a 1 hour meeting that was over in 15 minutes and fucking loved that. And then the meeting after that got cancelled. So today ended up better and less fucking overwhelmed by meetings than I thought it was. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Celtic. Also, but sorry, you've just, dude, it's one of those things that fucking does my head in. Nobody votes for Prime Minister unless you are in the party that forms government. Everyone votes for their local member. And then the leader of the party that forms government is Prime Minister. So I get the sentiment. And yes, the person who is Prime Minister tends to be the dominant influence in the party that makes government. And this is definitely pedantry on my part, but I'm sure everyone's used to me being a pedant in terms of language. But yes, it's not a presidential system. You do not vote for the Prime Minister. You vote for your local member. That's why we should vote One Nation. I'm sure that makes some sort of sense. Oh, God, Fred McGeordy's. He should just go back to... Actually, he should just make porn, I think. For God. I'm not sure we vote for gods either, but, you know, I've got to go out and perform a miracle or two. That's not bad at all. I'd probably only give it a 7.5, but it's not bad. That funky rum one I had first, damn. That's a serious drink. You gotta fucking like the booze when channels the miracle. It's really funny. Like, genuinely, when I go on YouTube now and I see, you know, channels, yeah, and they're being successful, like people doing like sketch comedy like the early days of YouTube, particularly the ones where one person plays multiple characters. I love that people are still doing that. And there's some political channels that are making headway. And in both cases, I'm talking about people who aren't dickheads. Sort of dickheads make headway just because, I don't know, people are dickheads. Is Friendly Geordies has a cooking channel? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, I guess the thing I love most about early YouTube videos is it was a completely new medium. Like no one knew what it was. No one knew what you were meant to do on it. And just new and different. Huey, the TV chef. Did I miss that? When did we start talking about Huey? So what, he has his own streaming channel, a Foxtel channel or something? What are we talking about? Local content rules. How can you possibly make local content rules for YouTube when it's just people uploading whatever they want and YouTube doesn't get in the way of what people upload? Streaming services, there probably should be some discussion over, hey, if you're going to take a bunch of money out of this country, you should be investing money in this country as well. And they are doing a little bit. Oh, Huey does TikTok. He must be like 70. He posts about Uber Eats and doing snags on election day. Now I need to look up this Huey TikTok. Ian Huey Hewitson on TikTok. Now he must be like 70 now. He looks happy. Look, I'm just gonna 48. I think he's a little bit older than I thought he was. So that makes him, God, he's bordering on 80. But okay, look, I'm just going to show his TikTok. I'll bring it up here. He's not far off 80. But look at him on TikTok. I reckon he looks happy. Look at him. I reckon he looks happy. I mean, good on him. What's this? Tunisian smoked trout salad. Good Lord. Peking duck bao. Perfect boiled and classic deviled eggs. Mr. Poon? Spicy calamari? Damn. Best ham and cheese toasty. You know what? Good on him. I reckon he looks happy. He's doing his own stuff. Good for you, you senior citizen. 76. Yeah, you'd see him when you're chucking a sickie from school. Talking about YouTube pushing local content. Well, what is weird is they did that in the quite early days. They had YouTube Australia and it really biased Australian content. That was my high point. People who would just log on to YouTube in Australia, there was a better than average chance they were going to see one of my videos on the front page because it was very early days of YouTube in Australia. And I genuinely miss that. But, things change. Nothing stays the same. A friend had... Honestly, Sex on the Huey's kitchen sink. I'm affronted. Yeah, that's the classic. The things you'd watch when you were off school. I know. That's so left field. I had a friend who had sex on the set. My God. Going to meet the person who had sex on the set of Huey's Kitchen. You know what? I am going to clear a little bit of space here. Because fuck it, I think it's whiskey tasting time. So we are tasting whiskies from Melbourne, Victoria, South Australia. Where is the Lock Distillery? I'm sure I've heard of that. Lock Distillery in Victoria. They're literally in a place called Lock. Oh, wow. What? It's in Gippsland? That's a long drive. Oh, no, it's only 100 kilometers. But it's... All right, you got to go past Frankston. Past French Island. Lock Village. Gippsland Wine Company. Lock Wine Bar. The old hospital at Lock. Are there any other ones there? Distilleries near Lock. Yes, okay. So we've got the Lock Distillery. Okay, why am I on fucking Bing? I'm being a fool to myself. All right. Let's try that again. We'll do it on Google. Distilleries near Lock. Victoria. So we've got the Lock Distillery. I think that's it. Nothing else is showing up. I was going to say it's like a fucking hour. Well, it's 100 kilometers. It's with suburban traffic. It's an hour and a half. Distilleries in Victoria, Australia. You know what? I'm going to look. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So again, I'm just obsessed with looking up frickin' distilleries. So what do we got? Got kicked off the set of Blue Heelers. Why was that? They were filming on your street. You're outside with your mates smoking water pipes, and they called the cops. The right to tell us you can't be outside. Oh. Damn. Someone tried to donate porn DVDs to Upshot. Boss rejected it. You should have slipped them a 20. Okay, so I was going to show you what I was looking at. Okay, so do this thing. See if we can I find a distillery I don't know about? Distilleries. Bass and Flinders, I know. Reed & Co. Four Pillars, I know. Kilderkin in Ballarat. Okay. Gin and Whiskey. Original Spirit Co. Mornington Peninsula. Okay. Penny Avenue. Mornington Peninsula. Oh, okay. Vodka Distillery. Fuck off. Bass and Flinders, I know. Okay. Are those just the Highline ones? Jindu. Ceres. I've had something from Ceres, I think. $12 cocktails. Okay, you've got me on the Surf Coast. $12 cocktails. You've got the Whiskery. I like the Whiskery. It's expensive. Anther in Geelong. I like them. They're good people. Lock. Wimmera Hills. Noodledorf. I don't know that. Koroit. Okay. Mrs. Baker's Stillhouse in the Pyrenees, an hour from Ballarat. A little more than 30 people live there. Great Ocean Road Distillery. I thought they closed down. Otways. Kinglake. Yeah. They're out near Healesville. There's more. 31. Backwoods. They're in Yakandanda. 3 Chains. I feel like I looked them up at one point. Hurdle Creek, I've never heard of. Yak Creek. Big Muster. Moonshine Distilleries. Dinner Plain Alpine Village. See, there's so fucking many. Hobbledehoy Distillery and Cafe. I thought Coral was in New South Wales. There's so fucking many of them. Okay, but I want to go back to the one that caught my eye. Ceres. Let's look at Ceres. Distilling, named after the hamlet of Ceres, close to Geelong. Functioning distillery, housing 5 state-of-the-arts. Distillery doors open 3 days a week. 4 whiskies and 6 gins. Oh, man, I feel like I want to visit them. Oh, well. I'm a drunk. So the cops were quietly mad. They're equally mad. They got pissed for wasting the time. And they had to come to your house and deal with your bullshit. Because you were literally in your house when the TV people complained. Damn. Now you get angry to establishment. Oh, yeah. $12 cocktail. Yes. Seriously, Celtic, have I heard about an op shop doing $12 cocktails? I'd be there. Nothing sus about a op shop doing $12 cocktails. Now it's got 1 cocktail bar, but that's okay. I'm just going to work out how long it would take me to get to this place, Ceres. Oh, it's right near Geelong. Okay, I'm going to have to fucking do this at one point. Because Mrs. Angry and I go out there sometimes. Where's the place we go to? It's a winery. They have these, what they call eco villas, which are pretty, actually, McGlashan, that's it. Wellington Estate. Okay, that's a fair ways on. Okay. So Ceres is basically right near Geelong. I'm going to have to go there. Next time we go to McGlashan's, I'm going to have to go to Ceres because that sounds pretty fucking good, quite honestly. Yes, tell the boss you need to start doing $12. I'd love the look you'd get from your boss if you just ran. Yeah, we should stop. We should start serving $12 cocktails. Guy I know would come and have them. Yeah. All right, I got to get my whiskey tasting glasses because I'm fucking wanker. And I'm just going to do it from my mini Glencairns. Shot glasses are for common people. I am doing it in my sophisticated mini Glencairns. Oh, I'm a wanker. All right, let's do it. Okay, Black Flank. Which, as I mentioned earlier, I had my eye on for the longest time. Ooh, nice aroma. Ooh, really gentle sort of caramel. Not burning the nose. Okay, but we're going to get some glug glug. It's ASMR time. Love that sound. It's a cliche, but I fucking love it. Yeah, Celtic in general terms, public transport's quite good in Melbourne. I use it a lot. Okay, so this is the South Australian. Oh, if I remember, there's a fucking stopper in here. Yeah. You're a yob. You're a wanker. Make your fucking choice. Oh, stuck with This Is Serious Mum songs in my head. And this is the Tasmanian. I think we get a little glug glug if I do this. Little one. Little glug glug. Have you never visited Melbourne, Celtic? It's worth a visit. I like it here. And one more. This is my Bakery Hill glass from going to the Bakery Hill distillery. Got an email from them this week. They're starting up a private barrel option. You can actually buy a barrel that they will fill with new make spirit and age over 3 to 5 years. And then they'll bottle it for you. So you get a whole barrel's worth of whiskey, which could easily be 60 bottles or something. For $4,000, you can get join the barrel program for $4,000. But you got to worry about the angel share because you never know how much is going to evaporate in the aging process. It could easily be half the barrel. Have the order, you're back. Okay, whiskey time. So, first up, this one that I've had my eye on for ages, Black Flank Single Malt. It's a really gentle aroma. You have to really sort of huff it to burn the nostril hairs. Butterscotch. Oh, I said caramel before, but it's a bit more butterscotch. For me, whiskey is always like it's sweet. What sort of sweetness is it? Golden syrup. That's fucking yum. Ooh. Got a nice little bit of heat on it. Oh, that's so rich. It's like fucking golden syrup. Damn. All right. That one's worth the wait, and glad I got the sale. So that was. This is basic. This is a single malt that I paid what you'd pay for a bottle of twofold. And I love twofold, but this is a really rich, relatively simple. Like I'm not getting a lot of different notes in there, but it's really nice. Okay, so this is South Australian whiskey. Okay, this reminds me a bit more of Scotch. Some Scotches, you get this weird Band-Aid aroma in it. What's it taste like? Ooh, bit sharper in taste, and it's more like brown sugar. The black flank is lighter. You're saying like golden syrup. Oh, that one's quite nice and smooth too. But a bit more of the brown sugar and maybe a bit of chocolate in it. Good old Shoalhaven. I've been there. All right, now this is the Tasmanian. I've had Hellier's Road whiskies before, and we like them. Also, Hellier's Road make the best whiskey cream liqueur I've ever had. Like it's not even close. Like it costs twice as much as Bailey's, but it's like 10 fucking times better. Safa, been having dinner with a friend. That sounds like a good time. Good for you. All right, so what's the Tassie one? Ooh. Ooh. Aroma-wise, that's more like a lighter honey. Mm. Okay, taste-wise, that's more like bourbon. They're very much getting the barrel, the oaky barrel in that one. Fun fact with stuff, yes, May Day, the workers' holiday in the USSR, yes. So what part of Shoalhaven? I need to look up Shoalhaven on a map. Shoalhaven. Okay. Right. I think I've only driven through Shoalhaven. Like I did that coast drive once. I don't know that we stopped there. Like I'm looking at it. Shoalhaven's like east of Canberra on the coast. And if you keep going up, you go through Nowra, Bombardary. You're in Shoalhaven Heads. I definitely didn't go to Shoalhaven Heads. Up through Wollongong. Yeah, I did the coast drive once because that actually gets a bit fucking frantic, honestly, the coast drive going into Sydney. So yeah, I think I've only driven through Shoalhaven. I haven't really checked it out. Heard there's a big flaw in the petrol discount, and Libs are doing illegal stuff. I mean, the Liberal Party's costings. It's just like I often say, money generally is imaginary, and the concept of governments having budgets and deficits and whatnot is quite imaginary. But yeah, money's imaginary, but political party costings of campaign promises is doubly imaginary. We've made the decision to go on polling day. I want to go just because if there's a fucking Libertarian or Clive Palmer or One Nation person, I'm just really looking forward to telling them to fuck off. Like I'm not going to ignore them. I'm literally going to tell them to fuck off. No, I'm not starting that early. My plan is to start the normal time at 8. All right, so the last of these whiskies I'm tasting, the Lock Distillery, which I now kind of want to visit, Victorian. Ooh. Well, that's got a bit of bite to it. Ooh, wow. Okay, this has got a beer edge to it. This is the one dark ale malt, which I'm assuming, well, maybe it's distilled beer. Now I need to look it up. Lock dark ale malt. I need to look it up. Lock dark ale. Okay. Going shopping at the Lock. Yes, I'm over 18. Okay, what are they making at Lock? Satsuma gin liqueur, single malt whiskey, ex-bourbon cask, ex-Oloroso sherry cask, pale ale malt, country ale malt, Shiraz, country ale, barrel aged gin. They made a rum. They had a bottled martini cocktail, a Martinez, they do bottled aviation, a brandy, a bottled Negroni, cask aged. Gins and gin liqueurs and vodkas. Tell me a story about your dark ale malt. What is this? Yes, I'm over 18. Yeah, okay. So this dark ale malt is literally they've brewed a beer and then they've distilled it. It really does have a beer characteristic in it. Just that hopsy sort of slightly bitter thing. Okay. Yeah, when I'm Tim Smith, I forget if I'm over 18 or not. I am hoping we're going to like a local primary school. I'm hoping they have democracy sausage. I don't think they did last election. I don't think this place sells zero alcohol beer. They sell beer. They make beer and they make spirits. Because technically, whiskies, what whiskies start as in the vast majority of cases is beer that doesn't have hops in it. So they, use a fermented grain mash, which is what beer is. Beer is fermented grain, but usually with hops for flavor. Most whiskies, the mash bill doesn't have hops in it. And so it's kind of sort of beer, the first round of stuff when they ferment it, but then they distill that. But yeah, you can, of course, just get beer, real beer, and distill it. And I feel like that's got a bit of that going on. You like Great Northern Zero. See, I don't really like the taste of beer, so I'm really not going to drink zero alcohol beer. But that's good, man. If you found it, you like the taste of the zero stuff. And I don't really like the taste of beer, so I just don't drink it. But yeah, if you enjoy the taste and there's no alcohol and it makes you feel better, man, that's a pretty fucking good deal, honestly. All right, you know what? I'm going to use the remainder of those samples to make an old fashioned. Yes, I'm not completely paralytic yet, so why not do it? I'm not country enough. Yeah, that was like, my dad thinking I was gay because I didn't drink beer. So that's not what being gay means, Dad. All right. First, we get some sugar syrup. Sugar syrup. And what bitters is that? Don't want celery bitters. What bitters is that? The gospel whiskey bitters. Do a couple of dashes of that. And I just feel like I might do one dash of orange bitters as well. A little dabble, do ya? Oh, all right. All right. Let's sit down. All right. Put that sugar syrup in. And now let's work out how much of my samples are left. I'm going to do this. A little bit of this. I'm glad you appreciate the burp, Safa. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. We're putting in a blend into our old fashioned. And I think I'll top it up with the black flank. Yeah, that's only about an ounce. All right. Let's top it up with a bit more black flank. All right. Okay. I tell you what, the temptation to go back to the Woolies bottle shop where the guy did me a deal on this bottle and get one of the other bottles that was even cheaper, but he kind of suggested he could do even more of a deal on. It's like, I really shouldn't. I've got to stop buying booze. I'm going to Starwood for the launch of something new and different and unusual. Oh, so actually, next week, probably not a Friday night stream because I'm going to be at the Starwood Distillery. Probably doing a stream tomorrow night. I can't imagine why I wouldn't. But following Friday, I am probably not doing a stream because there's a special event I'm going to. And I don't think I'll be home from it till about 10 o'clock or something. So I don't want to put pressure on myself. So I'm probably just not doing a live stream next Friday night. And probably not on the Saturday night either because there'll be a date night. Okay, so Suffer actually found me because I was on the YouTube front page. Yeah, it was back in the good days when there was Australian content. Yes, I'm giving you very advanced notice that I'm probably not doing a stream next Friday. But yes, I got an invite from Starwood because I always get in their ballots and whatnot and go, oh, this is something really different that we're inviting. Oh, it was too. Home for the Elderly saw me on the YouTube front page. Ooh, nice old-fashioned. God damn. So if I'm understanding how they're describing this new thing they're launching at Starwood, it's actually a mix of brandy and whiskey. So what it sounds like is they've got a distilled, the base of what would be a brandy, an eau de vie, so a distilled fruit thing, which I think is grape, and then a malt-based distillate, which is brand whiskey when you age it, and they've put them together and aged it. So it's a whiskey brandy mix. What you read that Star would have a wine coming? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd done a collaboration. What did I have for dinner? I made some burritos and they were super fucking yummy. They were made with lamb mince. Lamb mince is really good. Very rich and fatty. It's yummy. You know, mushroom, onion, beans, sort of slightly spicy tomato sauce, and the mince cooked up, put in burritos, covered in cheese and baked. So fucking yum. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat them, the more you toot. But yes, beans are apparently a good protein source and vitamins. This is a Mexican-style bean mix, and it was fucking yummy. So, Celtic, a friend told you about me. Told VD about me when he's a bit quirky. Yeah, I mean, VD was fine with me till I told him to stop being a fucking idiot bigot. Did Mr. Angry? Do you mean me? When I was young, did I eat a lot of beans? The answer is no. Ooh, what do we got in the Discord? I think I've missed it. Oh, Botrytis cask. Wait, when's that from? Because I've got Botrytis cask. For me, that was a while back. That's like a dessert wine cask. No. They actually did that a while ago. They might be doing a second release of it. Did my son eat a lot of beans? I don't think so. Didn't the Petite Batuta Advocate do a podcast interview with Albanese, which is pretty wild? All right, so I didn't get that. Maybe that's because I got it the first time. You know what that means I'm going to do? Oh, no, it's the Batuta. Yes, because Penny Wong's never done a podcast before. She did one with the Batuta Advocate. Yes, good call, Safa. All right, you know what that means I'm going to do? I'm going to do a Botrytis cask tasting. Let's get it. It's up here somewhere. Jesus, Pedro Jimenez, Nova. There it is, Botrytis cask. Okay. Get me another one of these. You know what? I'm going to rinse it. We don't want to contaminate this. Rinsey, rinse. Okay, what do I think of Botrytis cask? It's quite dark for a start. It's comparatively dark. Let's go. It's almost floral. It's a lighter. Yeah. I don't know if I'm completely off the mark, but it's very floral to me. God, I was legit getting a musk stick from that. Damn. Okay, what does it say? Because normally they put some notes on the bottle. All right, I'm going to read the wanky notes off the bottle. Ooh, it's like the toffee sort of sweetness is really staying with me. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, what do they say? Rare distillers experiment. Okay. Fully matured for 7 years in fresh charred barrels, once held Botrytis Semillon dessert wine. Decadent dessert notes, apricot Danish, orange blossom, single malt whiskies, long lingering, perfect. I'm getting orange blossom, definitely. So the tasting notes, orange blossom, apricot Danish, nutmeg. Yeah, I reckon those are actually pretty accurate tasting notes. And yeah, for me, it was a little bit like toffee. Damn. Did I see a story about religious people how to? Not really. Not surprised. Don't really care. Are you talking about? Okay, is this for real? Channel 7's election night peak lineup: Bill Shorten, Tanya Plibersek, Jane Hume, Michaela Cash, Claire O'Neill, Warren Mundine, Clive. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, what a fucking lineup! Shit. Wonder how they decide who goes where. Jesus. I'm just going to add that to my old-fashioned. I feel like you can quite tell that Botrytis cask whiskey was aged in something that was a dessert wine. Or no, I lost my cherry. I do have mineral water here, Sava. Don't you worry. Got a glass specifically for. You know what? I'm probably not going to do it though. 9:40. I'm going to go to bed soon. I'll just drink water because the ice has been on. Oh, god damn, that's a nice old fashioned. Is Betritus cask Swedish? Is that what we're saying? Oh, that's such a good old fashioned. I am literally going to just try and fucking resist going back to the bottle shop where the guy wanted to do deals for me. Oh, right, your VPN Swedish. Okay. Honey, how you doing? Oh, you been nursing your spaghetti getting better? I do hope you get better, man. Oof. Oh, God, that's so good. Just like an old-fashioned made with really nice whiskies. Well, Celtic, I've got a real preference for Australian whiskies. I don't mind Scotch whiskies. Of course, you get a massive spectrum of different whiskies made in Scotland as well. Nah, Scotch, God, some blended Scotches are dirt cheap. But yeah, probably the absolute top of the tree for expensive whiskies is Scotch whiskies. Like when you find out like really rare, like 30-year-old, 50-year-old whiskey, and they're not even necessarily good. They're just incredibly rare. And like you can pay tens of thousands of dollars for a rare Scotch. Oh yeah, Japanese whiskey tends to be pretty good. I've got a good one there that my friend Alex left here when he came over. That was one of the ones, like I was saying, the fucking Woolies guy who's wanting to do deals. One of the ones that was seriously marked down was a Japanese whiskey. And I was like, I did see that story. A ship sank and some divers went down and recovered it. And there were whiskey bottles that were still completely sealed and they were hundreds of years old. Now, I'll throw out there that when people talk about the age statements on whiskey, they mean how long it was matured in a barrel until it was bottled. But also with the expensive ones, they'll tell you when it was bottled as well. But there's a generally held belief that's not 100% accurate that whiskies don't age that much in the bottle. They do change a bit in the bottle, but nothing like in the barrel. Now, how expensive would that whiskey be? It's one of a kind whiskey. I don't know how many bottles they recovered. I don't know what the rules around selling it are as well. It stands a very high chance of not tasting any good because there's a distinct possibility that seawater got into the bottles. Yeah, and exactly. Home for the elderly, it'd be expensive because of the story, but it's not something you'd drink. Somewhere around 100 bottles. No, I think you're right. I did read the article on it. Surely someone's going to taste it at some point. Because it might be okay, but it's actually more likely to be shit than good. The rich prick with a son with ADHD will crack it open. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that it was at the, bottom of the ocean for hundreds of years means it's probably shit because salt water probably seeped into it. But honestly, who knows? But yes, the old bottles of whiskey are expensive, not because they're good, not because they're better than new whiskies, but because they are rare, which is arguably silly. I love that you've got a whole story over the elderly. The rich prick will drink it with his mates on the balcony and then vomit into the pool. So the whiskey is returned to under the water again. I love that you've got a whole narrative with it. Very good stuff. So for it is basically supply and demand. But even like not super old stuff, like when you think about it, okay, to be whiskey, you've got to age it for 3 years, right? So you got barrels, you age them for 3 years, put them in bottles, sell it. Cool. Now, if you decide I'm going to age it for longer, if you age it for 5, 7, 10 years, so you do it for 10 years, it's like, okay, well, in that time, I could have done 3 runs of the other whiskey, plus I'm probably losing a heap to the Angel's share. So for a 10-year-old whiskey, I need to charge like 5 times more than a 3-year-old whiskey just to cover my costs. But also, 10-year-old whiskies are just rarer than 3-year-old whiskies. Thanks, Kelty. This is pretty This is kind of colourful without being too over the top. I do quite like this one. Oh, well, it's a joke. The Angel's share is it's just stuff that evaporates. It goes up into the air. So the Angels have it. One of the American bourbon brands, Jim Beam or Jack Daniels, also does a version they call the Devil's Cut. And they're talking about the Devil's Cut is the stuff that soaks into the wood. And I forget how they justify calling this particular bourbon Devil's Cut, but it's got something to do with reusing barrels, I think. I love we're doing fashion stuff. Theodolic, what are you wearing, Safa? I'm wearing a light white hoodie. Theodolic's wearing a Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt. Big W has some good fucking t-shirts, actually. I remember getting a few from Big W. Now I just wear cocktail shirts, so... Oh my god, that's such a good old-fashioned. Fucking yum. Yeah, 9 Celsius. We're getting a few cool overnights, but we're also getting some weirdly warm days. We switched on the heating this morning for the first time this year. First time since last winter. But seriously, I'm looking at what we get the bureau. The next couple of days, the maximums. Okay, so tomorrow, 21, not that big. But then 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, then down to 19. But some lows overnight, like the low overnight is meant to be at 7, which means it's going to be fucking cold tomorrow morning. So I think heating back on. But yeah, that first week of May is bizarrely warm. That's like the first week of April temperatures. It's weird. It's weird, man. Yeah, well, Canberra is always cold as fuck. Should we saying, talking about the thing, go to the Big W's men's t-shirts. Kmart don't put branded stuff. Big W does, though. Kmart just does generic shit. Yeah. Celtic's wearing a greenish hoodie with a Halo character. Nice. Yeah, we've still got... Kind of if it rains, the crickets start chirping. And we are meant to get a little bit of rain over the next week. Oh, God, Mambo stuff. Oh, that was so big in the 80s and 90s. The fact that Mambo stuff is resurfacing now is a bit of a hoot to me. It's because it was like, for a certain group of people, the thing to wear in the 80s and 90s, surfer guys and mumbo. And different cartoonists were designing stuff for the Mambo stuff, including Reg Mombassa from Mental as Anything. Yeah, I love his saying, dad clothes. And yes, Mambo did the dog fart whistle. Yeah. Yeah, it was surfwear. As I was saying, Reg Mombassa. Oh, God, there is such a delay between you doing comments and me seeing them. Like I said, Reg Mombassa about a minute before I saw this comment. His real name, Reg O'Doherty, because Reg and Pete O'Doherty are brothers. And post Mental as Anything, they perform together under the name Dog Trumpet. But Reg and Pete were always the two most interesting members of Mental as Anything. Holy shit. Okay, Safa, I fucking spent an hour on hold because I wanted to talk to a human because the fucking websites weren't shit. This was literally about my Foxtel. I wanted to change some shit on Foxtel. And the websites are just broken. It's just a bunch of broken links that don't do anything. And I was starting to think I was going crazy. But then I finally, after being on hold for an hour, someone answered. And they basically clarified that Telstra and Foxtel aren't really on talking terms at the moment. And so I can't really change things. But they said, oh, you're a loyal customer. And they gave me like about a 25% discount, 30% discount for 12 months. It's just like, oh, because you're loyal. And they were kind of suggesting we might actually sort our shit out with because Big Pond just got sold. So they might cut a deal with the new owners. But yeah, if nothing else, I got like a 30% discount for the next year. So speak about what I'm watching, because I tried to watch stuff on Max, but they just pack the ads in. I can't do it. I got super surprised last night. I thought they would release one episode of Andor per week after releasing 3 in the first week, but they released 3 episodes this week. So it seems to be kind of like the first season where there were multiple story bits. Like the first season was like, the first 3 episodes was setting the scene with Andor in the Term World. Then the next block was the heist. And then the next block was the build up to Andor, like having a revolution on his home planet and actually joining the rebellion. They seem to be doing that this season as well. No spoilers. Yeah, Disney Plus. Fucking Andor is kicking ass this season. Just with the banality of the rise of fascism, which is like the rise of the empire, which it really is just looking like the rise of Trump in the US, quite honestly. So it's like, dang. We shall see. I have no idea where this season of Andor is going. Because it's building up, like they're doing that thing that you explained to me, Safa, the BBY, before the Battle of Yavin. They're building up to, we're getting you closer to Rogue One, essentially. And I love that everything's messy, everything's different. Like, it's not easy for the Empire. The Empire has to fuck around and do ridiculous shit to meet their aims. It's not easy for the Rebellion, keeping things secret. No one trusts anyone, and factions within the Rebellion fight with each other. I love that they're just making like nothing's easy in this world. Oh, so there's no point in me calling Foxtel because my account's with Telstra. And there are all these links on the Telstra site that are just broken. They go, oh, do you want to manage your account? Go here to Fox. And the link is broken. And Foxtel just go, no, fuck you. Go talk to Telstra. And Telstra essentially confirmed, yeah, we're not really on good terms with Foxtel at the moment. Legend of Vox Machina, which is on Prime, which I've watched a bit of. Be back. Oh, you've got Slow Horses. Oh shit, I want to see Slow Horses actually. I'm kind of hanging out to see Slow Horses. So I might dip into that on your Plex. But I was looking at stuff that was on Max, and we watched a couple of things, and I just can't fucking stand ads being every 10 minutes. And then it's like, okay, if I want to get Max with no ads, it's $16 a month, which is not terrible, but it comes down to I need to find something on Max that I really, 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 really keenly want to see and can't get anywhere else, and it's worth paying the $16 to watch it. I know it's absolute shit. Like for a couple of days, I thought it was me that I couldn't find anything on the Telstra app or the Telstra website. And I just got it confirmed that, yeah, it's just all fucking bullshit and you can't change anything. So what you've been doing is looking at the top 50 shows on each service. Each week, pick and choosing shows on the service. So your Plex is like greatest hits. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay. So I watched one episode of the show. It's a couple of years old. Ben Mendelsohn's the lead. Good old Mendo. What? God, now I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it's called the Outsider. It's called The Outsider. It starts off like a murder drama, but then I think it's getting supernatural. But I couldn't fucking stand it because there's like ads every 10 minutes. Yes, Ben Mendelsohn bringing space Australians in. But yeah, he's the lead in this thing, The Outsider, and it looks kind of good, but too many ads. Andy, hello. Thank you. 30 Celsius in the UK. That is warm. That is warm for the 1st of May. Am I wrong? Nah, there's all these spin-offs. I watched, there's a spin-off series called Fear the Walking Dead that I watched a lot of, but I kind of stopped. I might get back. But in the last year or so, they've done like 3 spin-offs, and they're all on fucking subscription services that I don't subscribe to. And it's like, I am not paying money to do that. Yeah, hottest day so far. That seems really warm for the 1st of May. Weirdly, because 1st of May, we should be going into winter. But the next week, we're getting a bunch of mid-20s temperatures. Equally weird for it to be that warm in May. Okay, yes, no spoilers. What was interesting, the Acolyte was apparently the most expensive Star Wars thing in like terms of cost of how much it cost to produce each minute of it. And so initially Disney weren't going to do any more of the Acolyte, but they had about a year to think about it. And they're like, they now apparently are doing a second season of the Acolyte, which I will look forward to because it has Jedis being dicks. The idea of Jedis being pure and good is stupid. Kelsey, yeah, physical media, absolutely. Get it, man. Jason Bateman, Ben Mendo, he stole my part, yeah. Yeah, Andy, nothing to worry about. Planet's fine. Actually, you know what? I always highlight they were considering me for a couple of roles. Ben Mendelsohn and fucking Russell Crowe got the roles instead of me, which I don't really hold against it. But there was actually a third role they considered me for, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he's like Ben Mendelsohn's sidekick. Even he's still working. He's a working actor. He has a 4-decade career. So yeah, everyone who got roles instead of me had really big careers. No, I never met Mendo. I'd love to meet Mendo. and Russell Crowe. They kind of seem like fun. Safi, you reckon you'd be a pure Jedi? Told Anakin to pull his head in? Yeah, Home Fidelity. There's a series called The Outsider. Mendo he may have got an Emmy. He at least got nominated for an Emmy in that. Like, it was pretty good, but I couldn't fucking stand the ads. Celtic off to bed? Yes, you need to be rested for your job interview, my friend. Oh shit, it's 10 o'clock. Holy shit. I just realized that. God, I had a pretty fucking fraught week after taking last week off. Fucking wall-to-wall meetings this week, but tomorrow it's just kind of chatty. And in fact, I'm genuinely looking forward to catching up with some of the people that I'm having little chatty meetings with tomorrow. In Celtic, you've got all our positive vibes, dude. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. How good would it be to get Phelpsy? I'm just thinking like meeting Phelpsy, but then telling him he's a legend on the stream and getting Phelpsy to actually join the stream. That'd be fucking epic. Because Phelpsy, that dude is going to have fucking stories. No, not Michael Phelps, the swimmer. The Australian actor Phelpsy, who was on, God, he was on everything. He was on Baywatch. Phelpsy would just have the best fucking stories. Yeah, make a movie that's got Mendo and Phelpsy in it. Peter Phelps. I think he was in one of the soaps. He was in Stingers. He did movies. The dude was in fucking Baywatch. My God, he's a fucking ledge. Yeah, Phelpsy's about my age, definitely before your time, Safa. But yeah, here's the thing. Phelpsy has a fucking hell of a career. Was he in the Ned Kelly movie with our boy who's no longer with us? Again, a sad fucking loss. But he was also in there was a Death in Paradise series shot in Australia. Phelpsy was in one of the episodes of that. Heath Ledger, that's who I was trying to fucking think of. Oh, man, that was a loss, losing Heath Ledger. He was in Modern Family in Australia. Nice. God damn. That's a hell of a thing. Anyway, Phelpsy, if this ever reaches you, unironically, want you on the stream because you're a fucking legend. I am not taking the piss. I am not mocking. You're an absolute fucking legend. And it would be the most epic thing ever to hang out with you and have a couple of drinks. Yeah, I put my liqueur in there because I want to give Mrs. Angry's orange peel a bit of flavor. I made Mrs. Angry a couple of cocktails before the stream. One was the jam one, the last of the jam cocktail. So that means tomorrow night I got to decant the fig jam cocktail from the barrel and taste it. And then fucking, I don't know, put some port or something in the barrel to keep it going. What did I? No, I did. I watched fucking Andor, 3 episodes of Andor. Oh yeah, no, Phelpsy, fucking legend, absolute fucking legend, absolutely unironic, absolutely not taking the piss. No, not going to get too wasted. Maybe not go too late tomorrow night to have a fun fucking election night. So it's kind of like, I don't know how soon the result will be in, because they start counting at 6 p.m. I'm not intending to go live till 8. But if the results come in early, I don't know. Oh, good job. Oh, Safa, you're a fucking legend. A good job Angus cocktail. We legit have to come up with a good job Angus cocktail. So Mendo, top 10. All right, that's Mrs. Angry going to bed. Come on. All right. Yeah, that's a reminder for me to go sleepy bobos. I just got to do this. So we'll have a bit of fun tomorrow night. But I don't want to get too wasted because I want to have a bit of life for Saturday night. Dr. Abigail was going to come over for election night. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so we might refine this tomorrow, but I'm kind of promising. Shots, if it gets declared the LNP have lost, shot. If Dutton loses his seat, shot. I'm not going to preempt what happens tomorrow, Safa. We say, yeah, this was fun. This was just chill. This was fun. Did a couple of videos, tasted some whiskies, made an old fashioned out of the samples. Fucking good old fashioned too, by the way. And this one, I don't know that I've seen this anywhere. Oh no, Dan's has this. I'm pretty sure Dan's has this. But yeah, got the deal at Woolies. Oh god, I'm legit going to have to resist going back to that same Woolies and saying, so, bro, you did me a deal on that. What deal are you going to do me on? I'm thinking of the Japanese whiskey. So what deal would you do me on that? Because again, news to me that guys in BWS will do deals on the specials. Like, I didn't even ask him to do me a deal on that. I just said, I'm just looking at your specials. And he goes, did anything catch your eye? And I said, oh, that one. And he goes, oh, I might be able to knock a bit more off. And I'm like, really? You can do that? So I reckon if I go back, I can get either the Japanese or the Scotch really cheap. I shouldn't. I should stop fucking. And I'm trying to be strong because Archie Rose have released their orange curacao whiskey that was aged in a barrel that was used to age orange curacao, and it's just like, that sounds so fucking good. And it's not cheap. It's like $150, but that's not super expensive, but it's not cheap. But I think I can resist it. But on one level, I'm like, God damn it, that sounds good. But I think I can resist that. But now I'm just content. Now it's softer. It's not. Spirits don't really have a use by date. Do they print a use by date on here? This stuff lasts forever because of the alcohol content. No, it's just kind of what they choose. There are two things. They just have specials from time to time. But what I've learned is all the chain bottle shops do this thing where they go, we are not stocking this anymore, so we just want to clear the last couple of bottles we have. And they will sell high-end spirits for a third to even a half off. BWS does it. Coles Liquorland does it. Dan Murphy's does it. And I assume a bunch of others do. But yeah, in Dan Murphy's, it's usually in a shopping tour. But it's just kind of like you see this thing and it's like, holy shit, that's a third off or more than a third off. And there's nothing wrong with it. They've just decided to not stock it anymore. And so they just want to clear the shelf space. So they mark it way down. This one hasn't been discontinued, but I still got a decent special on it. But yeah, they had a Scotch and a Japanese whiskey that were like a third off. And this guy kind of gave the hint he'd do an even better deal. So I have no idea if I'm going to resist going back there because they're the same guy there. And I just go, okay, bro, what'll you do me for that one? Because you kind of hinted you'd do me a deal. And like, if he knocks it down to half price, I'm going to have to get it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. All right, I am going to do that. We'll eat the cherry. I've got to get more cherries. There's quite a few left in there, but I don't want to leave it to the last minute. I'm going to go somewhere that sells cherries. That's so fucking good. I love those cherries so much. Yeah, I was being a bit circumspect. Only one cherry tonight. So I will see all you fine folk tomorrow. I'm going to bed now. So bye.
You are totally